Hello, this is your video description for the Unit 1 assignment, Classroom Observation. Hopefully this gives you a little more understanding of the assignment. So after reading and discussing the key topics of motivation on Unit 1, you're going to dedicate some time in your current placement or schedule a standalone observation on the idea that you're going to observe the application of these concepts being used. So this is going to be a 5 to 6 page report. Ideally not a lot longer than that, detailing your experiences and connecting it to 3 specific strategies that the teacher uses to motivate his or her students. It's your responsibility to make these arrangements, so it's important you do that as soon as possible and make sure you have it. If you have a field placement, great. If you don't, again, it's important you reach out. And but also feel free to pick a grade level or use this as an excuse to observe something you want to observe. So if your field placement is such, but you want to check out a different grade level or a different content area, by all means, hey, I have this assignment for this class. Can I come in and observe? Feel free to use that to your benefit. The observation should be at least 2 hours in length. It doesn't have to be 2 continuous hours. That's probably not that way, but I wanted you to get a big representative chunk of instruction and instructional time, and so it needs to be instructional time, not recess and lunch and whatnot. There's no reading this week, so there's no reading assignment during this period, so that's the idea, is you have some more free time to dedicate to this instead of the reading, right? That's kind of a fair trade-off from my eyes. So in order to get all the points, I'm going to start with number 4. So follow the headings. Structure your paper this way. That way it's easy for me to see that you've completed all the points, and then it's easy for you to see that you've addressed all the points in the paper. So use these headings. These are the easiest 10 points. These are the easiest points. Easiest 10 points. Use these 5 headings in your paper, 10 points. So general description of activities. So this is background, right? This is a paragraph. On this date, I observed this. What are the subjects? What lessons they taught? What are the age groups? And then I also need the name and contact information for the teacher. Email will be fine. This is a bit of an accountability piece, so it's possible for me to email the teacher and say, hey, thank you for having a student in your class and their observation. So, for an accountability piece, that's important. Describe the teacher's instruction and motivational. So the next 3 headings are motivational concept 1, 2, and 3. So what you're going to do is describe the teacher's instructional and motivational strategy as it relates to the concepts. And I have a list here that you can pick from, right? Intrinsic, extrinsic, self-determination, learning goals, performance goals, all relating to the reading we did and then discussed. So describe that, and your focus, provide a lot of details, right? Provide details. Your focus should be on the teacher, not the student. So what the teacher is doing, because this is what you're going to model these concepts when you're the teacher or in your assignment. And then try to avoid slipping into a critique of the teacher. I do want you to reflect on how effective these strategies were. But it's not about so-and-so is off task and teacher looked at their phone 3 times. It's not about them. It's about the motivational strategies. It's important that you know what quality instruction looks like and professionalism. But focus this on the way they're using the instructional strategies. And then reflect on how they were working. This is where maybe how the students received it, the strengths and weaknesses of how they used intrinsic motivation, because there's 1,000 different ways that can be done, how they used it. And if you were the teacher, how would you have used it? How would you suggest they make it a little better? Or how could you make it better? If it was perfect and you're blown away by it, that's great. I need to just say a little more than I wouldn't change anything. Then say, I was perfect, I was blown away by it, I really liked detail, detail, detail. So it's really clear to me. Make your thinking clear to me that I can see, oh wow, you've done the reading, you're now observing these concepts, and you really get it, right? That's this learning assessment, is so I can see that you really understand, and see the application of these concepts that that hopefully you know more about after these readings. So do that for motivational concept 1 and 2 and 3. It's all broken down nice and clear, so you don't accidentally smush and summarize your concepts. You can you're clearly reporting on 3 different concepts. And then at the end, I guess you have this opportunity to reflect on those. So if you reflected on those, that's how I'm going to grade it. That's how I'm looking at it. If I was unclear there, that's the point, is making this more clear. So the idea here, again, you have 3 motivational strategies you've described, and then you have a section at the end where you can reflect. If you like to reflect individually, that's fine too. But the important is that all 5 of these things are covered. Hope that's helpful. If not, give me an email. Thanks.